And now it's time for the latest exciting episode of Doz's Television Workshop.
Hello and welcome back to Doz's Television Workshop, where today we're looking at Denmark's finest, the Bang & Olufsen Beovision 7702 colour TV receiver from the early 80s. Let's get into it. Right, I've had to move a lot of cameras around to try and get everything in shot, because this is bigger than the sort of usual thing we do on this channel. Hopefully you're getting the picture quality you come to expect from Doz's Television Workshop, i.e. wobbly, blurry, etc. Right, first thing we need to do is just remove the back. And to do that in these sets, it's very, very easy indeed. There are two large machine screws at the bottom here, and that's your lot. If memory serves, it's probably best part of 30 years since I've done one of these. Yeah, 30 odd years, good gosh. Right, that hinges up, and then we can move it out the way to reveal the dusty unpleasantness that lies within. Right, let me just get rid of the back. Oh! The back weighs almost as much as the set does again. Right, here we are. There's sort of rumours, recently on Facebook especially I saw, that somebody said this was a Philips set. It is nothing of the sort. It must be said that B&O latterly did sort of borrow the Philips, I think it was a GR 2.2 chassis for some of the later stuff. But this is pure B&O, and beautiful it is too. The only thing it shares sort of with Philips, probably a few of the ICs, although the decoder looks to be Siemens from here. Motorola for the chroma decoder. Interesting. But there you have it. Line stages over here. Now, this output transformer here looks very much like a Thorn TX10 transformer, but the TX10, actually the transformer that develops the EHT, isn't the line output transformer at all. It's part of the power supply. The line output transformer on the TX10 is a very small affair, looks like a coil. We are fitted with the dreaded Philips A56 540X tube, which I have a certain relationship with, and it's not particularly a good one. So I think before I go any further, I'm going to test that tube, actually see if it's any good. Because, yeah, every time I saw one of these back in the day, it was well worn, to say the least. The idea of doing this set, by the way, this came from Jo, the same lady that gave me the little 13-inch Panasonic that we retrofitted that chassis to. The idea for this is to repair this set, get it up to a standard, and sell it, and she's going to give the money to charity, so that's very good. And being a SCART set, ideal for your gaming fraternity, isn't it? But let's see if this tube is going to cut the mustard first. Right, out with the tube tester. Right, well, I was going to use the B&K, but I think I'll put it into storage. So today I'm going to use the leader, which is no problem. I've had this for a very long time. Okay, so I wonder if I've actually got a base for it. If not, I've got this thing I made 25, 30 years ago that will just about fit anything. So get the old gal out. We shall plug it in. I'll turn the heater voltages down to nothing. Right, let us, I'm just going to dust off this tube neck board before I go any further, because if I do need to use that thing, it's got all the pin out written on the base itself. So there we go. Gently extract that. Now, I don't know the history of this set, although it's been sat here for a few weeks. I don't know if it's been when it was last used, so just to throw caution to the wind, let's have a little discharge. It's got rather a bizarre sort of 2-lead EHT arrangement. Okay, well there's nothing in there, so that's good news. Right, what have I got in the way of bases? Well, that's a start. There's a few of these that are the same that aren't wired the same, but I seem to remember if the heater voltage doesn't come on, it's the wrong thing. So, where's the polarizing bump? There it is. Right, adjust heater. Yeah, you see that's not bringing up the heaters at all, I don't think. Because its voltage is rather high off load, so to speak. Nope, okay. Turn that back down. Try this one. It's a number 8 base, that was a number 7. Ah, that might be better. So that's set to 6.3 volts. See if we get anything. No. How disappointing. Never mind. Let's disconnect that one and move on. Cool, good fit. Have I got another base that's looking anything like that? One might be it. That's an E01. Does E stand for European, do you think? Could be. Ah, I have heaters. Excellent. We see that on the camera. I now have a glow in there. Let me turn the lights down. You might be able to see that. See that glowing in there? Possibly, possibly not. But anyway, right. So heater cathode leakage. I'm just going to set. Heater cathode leakage is good. G1 leakage, good on all 3 guns. Right, set the first grid voltage. Needs to be 45 volts, measured on that scale there. Set the cutoff. Whoa. So you set the cutoff at the fat line there that says set cutoff. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. Or tweak the camera slightly. There you go. Right, so we set the cutoff. So first of all, the red. And if it's quite sharp, generally it's a good sign. So set it on the bottom of that mark. Green. Oh dear. I have no green. And I have quite a bit of blue. And I've got no emission. Except for on the red gun, which is good. I suspect this base is not cutting the mustard after all. And that's okay. So let's take that one off. Zoom back out again. There you go. I'm going to have to use my super duper fits any tube universal adapter. Okay, so trouble is, when I labelled these up years ago, I made sellotape labels, and you can see they've all smudged. So, yeah, such is life. Right, let's just hook all of these up. The yellows, I know, are the heaters, so let's get on that. Okay, that is all hooked up, I believe. These two leads, by the way, I don't think I've ever used them. It says G1 special and cathode special. And I've got a sneaking suspicion by special they mean Sony. So there we go. Right, heaters are back on. Zoom in again. There you go. Heaters are back on. 6.3 volts, a little bit high. Let's turn that down. Heater cathode leakage. Red, green, blue, nothing good. First grid leakage, nothing good. Set first grid voltage is set. Set the cutoffs. Right, here we go. So, just turn all those back down again. Red, nothing at all. A deer. Green. Oh, okay, so we've got a nice sharp response from the green gun. Blue, nothing at all. Okay, let me just check my blue and red connections for a moment.
One eternity later.
Right, hands up if you spotted the silly mistake. Fact is, I hadn't connected all the grid, the second grid supplies together, the G2, and that's because this lead was missing. It used to live in the bottom of there, but this tester only has one second grid supply, and we need to connect it to all of the tube, all of the guns. So second grid green is the one I've supplied up here. So just for the sake of continuity, I had to remake this lead, by the way. The old one used to live in the bottom of the box, but it's not there now. So let's just hook up. Oof. Second grid green. Right, that's everything connected up. Let's just zoom in on the tester again. There you go. Right, adjust heaters, okay. We did turn them down a bit. Okay, coming up on 6.3 volts. 6.3 volts, lovely. Heater cathode leakage, red is good, green is good, blue is good. G1 is leakage, good, good, and good. Set the G1 voltage. I need that to be 45. Set the cutoff. Here we go. Red cutoff. Didn't have anything last time. Ooh, that's nice and sharp again. That response being sharp is always a good thing. Okay, that's red. Set the green. That was previously working okay. Set green and blue. Whoa, steady. Okay, a shade more on that. There we go. Read emission. So that's our blue gun by the cringe. This our red gun is even better again. And there's, sorry, that was green and red. Nothing wrong with that tube at all. That's really strong. And just do the Shango thing, shall we? Let's turn the heater down to 5 volts and see how it behaves then. So that's a horrible condition. Set my cut-offs again. Might not even be able to achieve cut-off. Oh, yes we can. Okay. Okay. Hasn't dropped much at all, you know. Look at that. And that's with just 5 volts on the heaters. That is going to be a stunning tube. Excellent. Right. In that case then, we can press on. Right, before I go mad and put power on the thing, there's a couple of things I want to do. First things first is to clean up this layer of dust and detritus in the bottom, especially around our line stage and power supply over here. Now, there's another issue these sets suffer with now. I'll just remove this board. This is our vertical deflection board down here. Pop the tube neck back on. I just removed this board. Can you see past the tube neck? Just about. You can see these sort of reddy, maroony, brown coloured capacitors here. And they're made by RDE, I believe. Yeah, RDE. And they will be in a poor state. So I don't really care. There's one over here on the tuner and IF. There's two actually. I'm not really worried about those. They won't be doing much in the way of damage if they have gone low capacity. If they've gone short, it's a pain, but they probably haven't. They're probably just very well worn. But these ones in the frame stage, here, here and here, I want to change before we apply power. And over here in the line stage, I have 1, 2, 3, I think. So I am, just as a preemptive measure, going to sack those off. Yeah, first things first, let's get that filth out of there. Right, that's made things a little more sanitary. I've just noticed something as well, and you learn something new every day if you're not careful. This is the frame stage on this half of the board. This is the line output stage. There's our line output transistor. So that means over here where we're generating our EHT is actually in the power supply, exactly the same as the TX10. Did they take a leaf out of Thorne's book here? Did Thorne take a leaf out of B&O's book? Who knows? Right, this set is certainly later than the TX10. That's for sure. All this plug's gone all brittle. That was a problem back in the day. They used to burn up. So I'm just going to disconnect that from there for a moment. I'm just going to take a note that the purple colour there is on the left. I'm just going to disconnect that. I'm just going to give that a quick. I'm going to blow it. Oh, wish I hadn't. Poof. Right, okay. So, yeah, that's going to be a BU508 or something, is it? Yep, BU508A. That's our line output transistor. Jolly D. So, I wonder if one of these is actually our line output transformer, identical to the TX10. Well, there we go. Any which way, I want to just change out. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4 capacitors there. So what have we got? 220 mic, 25 volts, 100 mic, 40 volts, 22 mic at 40 volts, 100 mic at 40 volts. Right, let's get on that. Oh, I have fixed my desoldering gun after it blocked up the other week. It wasn't easy either. I had to get it very hot to get the solid piece of solder out of it. But I think we're done now. Right, so let's just get those caps out and get them swapped. Right, as those capacitors changed, I'm just going to cast my eye over the board for any sort of lurking dry joints or anything, but it does look in good stead. They did suffer with a bit with joints on the power supply, but this does look okay. So let's just give that a final dust off and reinstall it into the set. What I'm going to do here is just take this board up, lift it up that way, just so I can check the back of it for dry joints, because that can wreak havoc if they burn up. Oh, come out, come on. Those joints are just beautiful. As I said, it was the later FST tubes that really did suffer with these. Excellent. Now I'm going to turn my attention to this power supply PCB over here on this side. I don't think I need to take it out necessarily. Would it be easier to do so? I'm thinking probably not. So yeah, you get a good shot on that camera there here. So yeah, we've just got a few capacitors to change down here. So let's just do that. That smells horrible, that one. We've got a definite odour of something oddball. 470 mic, 40. Ooh. Oh, this could be bad. I'm not sure I've got anything about 470. 470 is 63, but he's axial. Ah, 470. There we go. We have the parts. Okay, we're in good stead, I think. So let's just have a look for dry joints around the power supply, because again, these were very prone, and you can see it's had some rework already. Especially around the chopper transformer there. Seen a lot of action. Don't like the look of those two joints on that capacitor. Other than that, I think we're pretty good. Well, I think that's the best we can hope for. We've given it every option to behave. So next thing to do is have a cup of tea, then turn it around and switch it on. I've had a nice cup of tea. I've just put the main switch on the set, and I noticed it's very sticky. I'm hoping it's on now. If it comes on into standby, we're going to need the remote to bring it out of standby, and energizer. You've let the side down. Dear oh dear, that's stopping the remote working. So I've just put a new battery in, and as you can see, if you shine it up to a camera there, we can see that's emitting some infrared. So that's good. So I've got Pipette Gen running, so it's time to just switch on. I'm not going to bring this up on a variac because I don't see much point in it. So yeah, here goes. Well, I've got a standby light on the front, so here goes. It degaussed. I can hear frame running. We've got heaters. I can hear the lines running, and we've got a picture. Right, let me just turn that volume down. It's on full chat. Don't want that. Right, let's see if we can tune pipette gen in. I've pushed the tune button. There's a very distorted sort of on-screen display here. Let's wait for that, see if it tunes in. I shall keep an eye out for any untoward smoke or whatever. Don't appear to have any so far. And we appear to be tuning of some description going on. Oh. That's lovely. I'm just going to switch that over to tone so we don't get a copyright strike. But yeah, looks a little bit soft to me. Now, you can see there's some underscanning going on, but I think that sort of comes from pipette gen. Let me just turn that volume down. So yeah, I expected it to be a little sharper than that. Let me just open the line output stage a little bit, get some form of insulated screwdriver and see if I can tweak the focus slightly. Having said that, this hasn't been run in goodness knows how many years, so it may come up with use. Just get on the focus pot there. I need to be able to see and I can't because I've neglected to put my mirror in. Bear with me one moment while I fetch my mirror. There we go. That's it, I can now see what I'm doing. I'm sorry if I've obscured the camera for a moment. Let me just tweak that focus. There we go. That's rather good. Nothing wrong with that tube whatsoever. So what controls have we got in here? Contrast is on full. Seems a bit of a waste. That's our colour. There's our brightness. I'm just going to press the store button. So I've stored the pipette gen in position 1. Yeah, that looks really good. I'm pleased with that. I'll tell you what else might improve the focus. I've noticed there's a bit of something sticky on the tube face. So I suspect it'll benefit from a bit of a clean up. But no, that's a win. And again, after the fails I've had recently, that's very welcome indeed. Right, I'm just going to disconnect the supply and I'm going to take this mains switch out from here and we'll see what's going on with that. Right. The wife's watching a bit of racing, and this is the feed into the workshop. It's a little bit grainy. That's not a fault of the set. That's a fault of the coax feed to the workshop, which is of some length. But yeah, it's bright, it's sharp. That's a good picture. Let's get and have a look at that on-off switch. Okay, well, I'm pleased as punch with that tube. It's an absolute peach. I've left it running for a good few minutes off camera and there's just no drama. So that's nice. Right, now to tackle the on-off switch. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure how to get at that. It just feels a bit sort of scratchy and horrible. I wonder if the whole front panel comes out and allows us to get in there. There's a screw up there. Nothing in that side though. Right, let's undo that screw and see what happens, shall we? That still feels very fixed in place. Oof.
Eventually.
There we are. I'm going to retrieve that screw before it falls into the depths of the set. Right. That is our front panel. It's horrible. Let's give that a quick dust. And our on-off switch is hiding under this little cover. Oh, the set, by the way, looking at the ICs on the set, looks to be about 1985. Okay, there is our on-off switch. Is it the switch or is it the plunger that is failing? So there's the switch. There is the switch. We are going to need a replacement. Let me go and have a look in my box. I don't have any switches that mount in from the bottom. Let's strip it down and see if we can't persuade it to perform. So we've got 2 screws in the bottom there. It does look very gummed up with dust, it must be said. One thing I don't want to do is fill it full of service oil, because that is just a recipe for disaster with main switches. Now if you've got a scratchy pot or record play switch and a tape deck, all well and good. Main switches, no. You're asking for problems. Okay, let's pop that back out of the way. Give me a minute to play with that. We'll see how we get on.
2 hours later.
Right, well, I tried freeing up that other switch. There was just no way of taking it apart and looking at it. It was just finished. So I looked on eBay, no luck there. And then I rang my mate Rob over in Gloucester. Hello, Rob. So I've just been over to see him, and he's furnished me with a brand new old stock switch, which is just the job. Thanks, Rob. And I completely neglected to film fitting it, but there it is. It's all super duper. And yeah, very nice indeed. So that's working perfectly now. So all I've got to do, I think now, is just clean it up, put the back on, and watch a bit of telly.
looks a lot better.
There you go, epic pictures on our Beovision 7702 TV set from around about 1985. This set could be yours. Oh yes. I've had a word with Jo, the owner of the set, and she'd like it auctioned off for sort of charity. So if you fancy a 22-inch B&O with a superb tube in it, and incidentally I also have the matching stand, couldn't get it in the workshop though clearly. If you'd like that, there's an email in the description and on the channel description. Just drop me a line there with your offer. Funds are going to the RNLI. So yeah, this could be yours. And if you're from the gaming fraternity, you'll want to know it's equipped with a SCART socket. If you were once in the TV trade, the word SCART socket will just send shivers down your spine in all those call-outs we used to get where the lead had come unplugged from the back of the set. But there you go. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Click like, subscribe, do all that rubbish, and I'll see you next week here on Doz's Television Workshop. Cheers now. Bye.
Bit of a postscript here. I'd forgotten these had automatic brightness adjustment. You see that? It adjusts its brightness. Brilliant. Hello and welcome back to Doz's Television Workshop, where today we're looking at Denmark's finest, this Bang & Olufsen Beovision 7702 colour TV set from the early 80s, 82, 83, 84 probably, complete with its Beovision video terminal. not a remote, a video terminal, no less. Let's get into it. I think that'll do. I don't like it actually. Let's do it one more time. Hello and welcome back to Dozzy's Television Workshop, where today we're looking at Denmark's finest, this beautiful 22-inch Beovision 7702 colour TV receiver from around the early 80s sometimes. Let's do it again. You see, I should have stuck with the first take. Hello and welcome back to Dozzy's Television Workshop, where today we're having a look at Denmark's finest, this Beovision. Should have done the first one. The cameras are still rolling. Let's do that again because I nosed the sound up. So this is actually Tascam 19 this time. Yeah. Gaming fraternity, you probably couldn't give two hoots. And in fact, if you're from the trade, the mention of the word SCART sends little shivers down your spine. How many call-outs did we get for those leads coming unsnuck from the back of the set? Let's do this again. It's shite.